Yeah, just give me
Can
one.
you make?
Yeah, yes. Yes, you are the host now.
Okay, yeah. Good evening, all. Now we will start our class for today's session. First, before that, let me. Right. Okay, fine. Yeah. Let me share my screen first. Yeah. Now, is my screen visible?
Yes, sir. Visible.
Okay, fine. So last week we have discussed about the types of power system studies and what is the importance of the power system studies. And we have touched upon the ETAP software, like how to create a new project, how to open a project, and what are the toolbars that are available in the ETAP software, right? So I think last week we have stopped at the element toolbar, right? So this is the element toolbar. This element toolbar will appear only when you are in this edit mode. So if you see here, you will come across your right side to these elements. This is the element toolbar over here. This consists of all the elements required for creating a single line diagram. And over here, we have the protection elements such as CTs, PTs, voltage relays, current relays, multifunctional relays. So almost all elements have been added in this protection element toolbar. And just below this, we have the DC element. So here we have the chargers, you have the battery, UPS, variable frequency trace, everything. Everything here will be the DC. So this is the basically the AC element toolbar, and this is the protection element toolbar, and here this is the DC element toolbar. Okay. And as I told, this element toolbar will appear only when you are in the edit mode. And if you go to another mode like a load flow, this element toolbar, the of course, the options will change here. Okay, right. Next. After this, next is the project toolbar. So in the project toolbar, so this is basically the project toolbar, this one. So we have seen about the system manager and the different views, cable pulling systems, earth grid, ground grid and all. And this is the study toolbar. This is the element toolbar. This is called the project toolbar. Okay. So in this project toolbar, we have several elementary options which we can use from here, such as open, new, save, print, displays, elementary. So all these things, these are the elementary things, right? So here you have the option for the copy and paste, and this is a pan through which you can move your single line diagram as per your requirement. And this is basically the zoom in. So I can click it. It will be this is the zoom in option and this is the zoom out option. Okay. And next, this is to the back and forward options, backward and forward options. And here, this is the zoom to fit page. Suppose if you have zoomed any element, like suppose, let's say, I will take one system, small system, just to make you understand. And let's suppose this is another bus which I have taken. Okay, suppose if I zoom in something like this. Okay, if you click on this, so automatically that will be fit to the particular element. Okay, so this is called the zoom to fit option. And next is the text box. This is the important one. So with this, you can, let me zoom out. Basically, the fitted zoom in option will be like this. Yeah. Because if you develop the model here, so now here you are not able to see the gray this 400 kV bus. So what you should, if you click on this zoom to fit, so it will restructure the diagram to fit into that window. And next one is the text button here, text box basically. So in the text box, you can write anything. Like, let's say, suppose if you want to write a single line diagram. If you want to write a single line diagram, that you can write in the text box, and here you have the option to change the fonts and the format of the text. I can change the color of the text and so on. So I am not going to change anything. So just I can click on apply and click on OK here. So this is the single line diagram. Okay. So this is the next one is the polyline text. So it can be like this. You can prepare, whereas here, if you see here, you can prepare something like this. Yeah. So here, if you see here, though this will be the rectangular or square, but here this will be a polyline text. Okay. And next one is the grid lines, basically. So if you switch off the grid lines, if you switch on the grid lines, so I think you are able to recognize. So this is the basically the grid lines. So if you switch off this grid line, or you can switch on the grid line, but it is generally recommended to switch on the grid line because it will be useful, especially while you are aligning the elements in the single line diagram. Next is the check circuit continuity option. So here, this will basically check the continuity of the circuit. Suppose, let's say I have connected a grid to this. And let's suppose I have add a motor here. And suppose if I delete this element, if I delete this connection, okay. So see, the circuit is not continuing. It is just like an open circuit. So if I click on this check circuit continuity option, it will blur the system, or it will make that element as transparent, which is not connected to the any system. So it will inform you that your system is, that means this element is not connected to the circuit. So if you click on this one, and again, if you check the continuities, check the circuit continuity, so it will show you that the element, all the elements have been connected. If any one of the element is left unconnected, so that will be highlighted with a separate color, or that element will become gray, something like that. Next is the switching interlock and interlock enforcer, basically. So that we will use later on the lectures whenever and wherever required. Basically, this is for the interlocking purpose. Next is the hyperlink. Suppose if you want to link, let's suppose if I have the transformer data sheet or the URL of the transformer, okay, the transformer manufacturer data sheet, if I want to link with this. So what I can do is I can use the help of this hyperlink. So click on the element. So here you can give the transformer data sheet, transformer data sheet, and give the address. Here you can give the URL address. Let's say xxx.com. Okay. If you add this, so it will appear like this. So if you click on this, so automatically this will going to open the URL of that particular link, whatever you have given in this. Next, one more interesting thing that is available in this project toolbar is the calculators here. So if you see here, you have two different calculators and two different analyzers. So this is the power calculator and this is the arc flash calculator. This will basically provide a quick reference for calculation of the different electrical parameters. It means for the power calculator, if you see, so here it will give you the calculation for the basic elements, whereas here you have the option of AC arc flash, DC arc flash, and this is the arc flash. Basically, the main difference between the AC arc flash and this arc fault is up to 33 kV level, we will consider it as an AC arc flash. About 33 kV and above, we will consider it as an arc fault instead of the arc flash. So that is the difference between this AC arc flash and the AC arc fault. Calculation, everything seems to be same. Only the difference between is AC arc flash is up to 33 kV, means below 33 kV. Arc fault is above, means more than or equal to 33 kV. So these details, I think you will better to know when you are conducting arc flash studies. So that time probably you will understand it much better. So this is about the project toolbar. Next is the theme toolbar. Inside this theme toolbar, you have the option to edit the theme. Means means once you are in the theme editor, you can basically change the theme in terms of the layer. So here, if you see here layer, next is the 3-phase, single phase, formats, voltage, area, grounding, and also you can change the font inside the project also here. And you can also align different colors to the different font. So there are different font of the different voltages for the different buses. And you can set the voltage means gradation. If it is under voltage condition, how it will be. If it is a over voltage condition, how it will be. So all those things that you can select from here. And moreover, if you see here, the main purpose of this toolbar, theme toolbar is two things. One is layer option. This is important. So with the layer tab, we can easily identify which devices we want to show and which devices we want to hide within our single diagram. Let's suppose in my one line model, if I want to remove, if I don't want to show all my loads, whatever that have been connected here, suppose this is the lump load, right? If I don't want to display my lump loads, even though they are electrically connected to your network, but still you don't want to represent that loads in the one line mode or the online diagram. So that can be done from here. Here, if you see here, this is the element symbols, right? Suppose if I uncheck this, so what will happen? Even though the load is electrically connected to this 400 kV bus, but the load will not be displayed in the one line diagram. Let's see. So the elements have been connected, but they will not be displayed in the one line diagram. So next go to this, and if I enable this one again, because why? Because motor is also treating as a load. So that's why it's a constant power load. So that's why that also got disappeared. But here, if you see here, the connection is still established. Okay. So this is the one of the important feature of using the theme manager for the layers. And coming to this 3-phase here. So here you have different elements. If the bus is energized, which color for the AC system? Or for the DC system, these are the colors. If the bus is de-energized, how it will be? If a bus is faulted, means if you create a fault on the bus, how that bus color changes. So all these things can be given or can be configured from this theme editor. So this is basically for the 3-phase system, whereas this is for the single-phase system. And here, this is the important thing where you basically select the parameters for the results. Like suppose if you have the power, means if your load flow result is giving it as a power. Okay, so in that case, what are the units it should be? Whether the display should be in the watts or kilowatts or megawatts, that you can be selected from here, and what will be the range along with the precision. So all these things can be can be selected here. That means the parameters, the resultant parameters can be configured from here, whether the units or it may be the precision of that results. So that can be selected from here. Next, this is the voltage level of the buses. If the bus voltage is more than 1 kV, it will be green. If it is more than 5 kV, less than or equal to 5 kV, it will be blue. So this is just to identify the voltage level of the buses. Next, the feeder. This I will explain when we go into the load flow studies. And this is the area. Basically, this is for the contour mapping. So as of now, it is not required. And this is for the type of the grounding. For different type of grounding, just by seeing the color, you can identify which type of grounding it is. Okay, so this is about the theme editor. Yes, till now, any doubts?
Hi, sir. I have one doubt about layers.
Yes.
Sir, actually, when you close the layer, all the components is not displayed, right? Suppose,
No,
which means
See.
suppose there is a 2 lump loads and 2 lump loads have the different parameters. I want to hide just one lump load. Is it possible for?
No, that is not possible because see, low motors and lump loads or the static loads can come under the category of the load. So you cannot able to hide only one particular load and another load to be displayed. So that cannot be possible in the one line diagram, but yes, that is possible in your online view. Online view, it is possible. I will explain whenever we go through this online view.
Sure, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Any doubt? Next. Let me check the chat. I think there are no messages in the chat. Yes. Okay. Right. Fine. Yes, please.
No, it's fine. It's okay.
Okay. Right. Next one is that means we have seen the project toolbar, we have seen the theme toolbar. Next important thing is the three-dimensional toolbar. So this three-dimensional toolbar is a very important in of the project if you create in a ETAB. Fine. So this is the three-dimensional database toolbar. So this three-dimensional database toolbar is very important for any project that you can create in the ETAB. So if you see on the top of the project toolbar, below of the project toolbar, you have this three-dimensional database in ETAB. So this three-dimensional database basically consists of three properties. One is the presentation. Second is the configuration, which is nothing but the status. And the third one is the property or the data. So the first tab here says the data manager or the properties, which will be the revision history of the data. So that means if you change any of the data, that will be saved in the properties of this revision data. You can create n number of revisions in your tab. Let's suppose if I want to open ETAB example IEC project. Yes, here you can see you have different revisions. One is the lithium ion battery. That means probably in this revision, one battery will be added. And next is the phase 1 and phase 2. So these are basically the revisions. Okay. Or you can call it as a presentations. So this you can call it as a presentation. That means next is here you have three different views: operator view, relay view, and study view. So three views have been available. So if you see the difference between these three, so yes. So I think in the operator view, you are not able to see any protection elements in the single line diagram. Let's check the relay view. Now, if you see here, in the relay view, you are able to check that protection relays, CT and relays are appearing in this. Whereas in the operator view, you are not able to get that. Okay. Similarly, if you go to the study view, so that will be something else. So probably the results or the parameters will be displayed, something like this. Okay. So this is the different presentations. One is the revision data. Second is the presentations. Okay. And the third component is the configuration manager. So here the configuration manager, if you see here, so this will show only the DC network. This will show only the DC PV system. And if you go to the network view, it will go only one particular network. If you go to this, so it will go to the only composite motor. So this is called the different configurations. Okay, suppose if you go to the operator view here, so you can check this. This is the operator. So this we will explore now. No issue. I'm just explaining the toolbar. However, I will explain you how to create the revisions, how to create the configurations and all that I will explain you. Once we prepare the single line diagram, then we will come back to this three-dimensional database toolbar, and then we will see in detail of how to create the revisions, how to create different presentation views, and how to create the configurations. Okay. So this is about the three-dimensional database toolbar, and next is the study case toolbar. So when you are in the edit mode, you will not able to see this study case toolbar. Study case toolbar is applicable if you select any particular mode. See, if you see the difference here, just observe here. If I am clicking on the load flow, it will display me the study case toolbar. So this is the study case toolbar. So if you see that briefcase symbol, so this is the study case toolbar. Similarly, if you switch on to the short circuit again, that will appear. For this study case toolbar will be appear for the short circuit. So here in the study case toolbar, you have to give the your different settings, and you have to configure different parameters to which parameters you need to study. So all those things can be selected or can be configured in this study case. So in the study case toolbar, you can configure any number of n number of study cases for analysis, and you can configure alerts also in this study case toolbar. So here you have the alerts. You can able to see, right? So here in the study case toolbar, but like suppose if the bus is if the bus voltage becomes less than 70 kV, so this will show an alert. So it can be configured from here. Okay. So like this, you can use the different study cases. Next, this is the auto toolbar. Auto toolbar is a very important and it is a very intelligent tool. This will save a lot of time during the modeling. From the auto toolbar, we can do the alignments. So here you can see the alignments of the elements in the system for the better viewing purpose. Okay, we will understand these things when we are working on the single diagram. Next, you have the message log. So ETAP uses basically this message log to record certain events when you are working with your ETAP project. As an example, let's suppose here if you see, here it is recorded already entry. Whenever you open or close a project, ETAP also records an entry when you delete or update any links, or if you delete any file or any element from this project. So that can be updated in this message log, and with that message log, you will be able to understand, like if suppose there is any error in the simulation, so that can be flagged in the message log, and you will be able to identify the probable root cause for this for that simulation error. So that can be get this message log. But also it records any internal error which you will encounter if you're performing any analysis. So that can also be logged in this message log. Okay. Right. Yes. Next, any doubt here? If it is okay, then next, this is the main toolbar basically. And let's go through some options here. So these are the simple things, file, edit, these are the simple things. But here, one important thing which I want to explain is about this project. So here, the project, here we have the information such as the project title, location, contract, who is the engineer of the company, remarks, everything. So these are just optional. You don't need to give them anyway. Next important thing is go to the standards here. So here you can change the standard from either IEC or ANSI. Okay, and here I could change the frequency from 50 Hertz to 60 Hertz or 16.5, 100 Hertz to 50 Hertz, 400 Hertz, that can be selected from here. So one way of selecting the frequency is while we creating the project, so that time we can select the frequency. Suppose if you are not able to select the frequency there, here also you have an option to select the frequency. Okay, now let's close this project and see what is the difference between the IEC and ANSI. Yes. So here, if you see, go to the settings, standards. So here the standard is IEC is selected. So once IEC is selected, so the element toolbar will look like this. That means if you see the transformer, it will look like this. Okay. If you see the grid, it will be something like this. But if you select the standard as ANSI, here the symbols will change. So this is the ANSI symbol of the transformer. This is the ANSI symbol of the power grid. Okay, so that means by seeing the element toolbar itself, you could be able to identify whether you are developing or running the system in the ANSI mode or in the IEC mode. Okay, just by seeing the elements itself. So this is the difference between the IEC toolbar and the ANSI toolbar. So now I am going back and changing it to IEC again. So select that. So if you see here, again, all the elements will be displayed as per the IEC symbols. And here you can change the frequency. So this is about this. And here you have the different options as I have already explained you. So with this you can save this. This is basically for the saving options. So if you save this automatically, if you click on check on this auto save, so ETAP will automatically saves this project after every 30 minutes. Okay, of course you can change this over here. So, but by default, it will be as 30 minutes. So if you want, you can reduce it to 5 minutes. But it's better to reduce it to 5 minutes. And also, here you can check whether ETAP has, it should ask the prompt, means it should give a prompt before saving the project. So if you keep this on, it will give you a prompt before saving the project. And here you have, if you have changes, if you have any changes in the data, so that can be displayed in the red, so that can be selected from here. Okay, now click on the OK. So this is about the some important settings of the project. And yes, this is one important thing. We have the library over here. So I told you already, ETAP has a very large library consisting of several devices like cables, transformer, fuses, relays, reclosures, protection devices, so on. So if you want to add any element, let's suppose, take the case of a relay. Okay, suppose if I have a set of libraries having different manufacturer relays have been selected here, have been already available in the ETAP default library. Suppose if I want to say, let's suppose to add a relay which is not available in the library. Okay, so we can add that here. So for that, what you have to do, let's suppose I want to add a relay under this manufacturer, let's suppose some ABC. ABC is the manufacturer of the relay. So here you can give the reference and you can give the URL of that relay manufacturing address, or you can give the URL of the relay website. Okay, click on here. So once you click on that, so the manufacturer has been created. Okay, and here you can select the type of protection, whether this ABC manufacturer in this which type of relay you want to add, whether you want to add the motor protection relay or you want to add the transformer protection relay, that can be selected from here. Like suppose I am selecting a transformer protection relay. And what are the functions that you have to enable in the transformer relay, that you can be selected here. So if you select the differential, if you want to select the overcurrent, overload, so that can be selected. So once you give this, if you select the add, so here it will ask for the model name. Like suppose let's say some relay as a RET. Let's suppose. So what is the relay type? The relay type is the electronic relay or the electromechanical relay. It's an electronic relay. And whether it is used only for a single function or it can be used for the multiple functions. So here you have 4 functions have been selected. So while doing this, adding this library, again you have the option to select whether this can be used as single function or the multifunction. So I'm using the multifunction. And what are the functions that has to be enabled in this? So that has been selected from here. So now if you see, first differential, next is the different distance I don't want, overcurrent, if you select the overcurrent. So here you have different type of trip elements are available for this overcurrent. 50 instantaneous, time delay overcurrent, directional, voltage resistant, voltage control overcurrent. So different type of trip elements are available. And here you can select how many group of settings also to be given. So for this relay, if you want to enable 2 groups, 3 groups, 4 groups, that can be selected here. So once you click on OK, automatically this ABC manufacturer RET model transformer protection relay will be added in the ETAP library. So suppose if you do any manual additions, like if you add any new elements in the existing ETAP library, so whenever you are sharing this project with the client, so that time it is mandatory to share the library also. Otherwise, the project will not run. Okay. I hope this is clear. This is how we can add any element. This is for a relay. Like
So
that
can you show the adding the cable?
Yes. Go to the library here. So here you have the cable. Suppose if you want to add any cable, just select this. So here you can select whether it's a metric system or English system. If you say, and then you can select the frequency here. and the source, what type of source it is. And here the type of the cable, copper or aluminum, insulation is rubber. So here different type of insulations are available. EPR, XLP, PVC, so many insulation, all insulation types are available. So that can be selected. And the installation is whether it's a magnetic, non-magnetic or the overhead installation. And cores, number of cores, whether it's a single core cable, multi-core, it's a 2 core, 3 core, up to 10 core cables can be selected from here. And the voltage level of the cable can be selected. And these are the ampacity and the thermal ratings of the cables. And the unit length means whatever the impedance values that you will give, so that will be considered for this unit length. So this is basically for the unit impedance value. So if you see here, this is the unit length for the impedance values. That means whether you have to give in the feet or if you give in the meter or kilometer. That means if you that means 1000 meter means whatever the impedance parameters that you will get, that is per kilometer. O per kilometer. If you check the resistance, so that will be resistance per kilometer. So like this, you can select any cables. Okay. And you can edit the properties. Yes, once you created the element here, suppose let's say I have created this element, right? Now you have to give the other parameters like what are the impedance of that? What is the R, X, L, C values, zero sequence parameters. And you have to give the physical parameters also like the conductor thickness, insulation thickness, outer insulation, inner insulation, shield thickness. If you are having a armored, you can give the armor thickness. If there is a means water jacket, so jacket thickness, cable outer diameter, all the parameters you have to give. And you have to give the cable pulling force. Means what is the maximum tension that the cable can encompass when you are pulling the cable in one direction. If it will pull in the reverse direction, what will be the cabling force. So all those things that can be configured from here. And here you can give the ampacity for the different types of installation. If it is installed under the duct bank, if it is in the buried case, if it is laid in the free air. So what is the current carrying capacity? Because this is basically related to the derating of the ampacity. So those parameters also you have to give it from here. I hope this is clear.
So,
Yeah. Yes. Any further doubts? Yes. If there are no doubts, next move on to the other feature, that is this is the basically the data exchange feature. So that means the ETAP is having the data exchange feature. With this data exchange feature, you can import different formats like IEEE format, SKM projects, Easy Power project format. Similarly, you can export to your your ETAP projects to different formats which are supposed to be used by the different simulation softwares. Okay. Next one is the data block toolbar. So this is the, you can create a data block for each electrical equipment. Like if you select here, so it will show like this. So you can create a data block for each electrical equipment with respect to the properties, the results, where you can filter out all the inputs pertaining to various studies like load flow, short circuit, arc flash studies. So that can be done from here. Once you create a data block and update the results in it, the results will remain permanently in the data block. That means even though you are changing the modules, the results will remain same in the data block. It will not going to change. So this is about the overview of the ETAP and having different toolbars available in the ETAP. Okay, right. If it is clear, then we will move on to how to create the single line diagram. What are the different options that are available to create a single line diagram in the ETAP that we will see. Can you just give me 1 minute? I will just have water and come. Yes, right. Right. Now we will learn how to create a single line diagram in ETAP in detail. First, we will try to draw the single line diagram with a manual connection. Then we will try to know how to build the single line diagram with the auto connections and auto build feature. So right now we have our window open here, and now we are in the edit mode. How do I confirm that I am in the edit mode or not? That we could get to know with the highlighted option in the mode toolbar. So this is the mode toolbar. And before starting, one thing always you have to check is that the grid option here, this is the grid option. The grid option should be on because it is just like a reference for aligning the elements in the single line diagram. So with this grid, we will know the alignment of the element. That means whether all the elements have been properly aligned or not. Okay, now let us do one simple, try to create a simple single line diagram. I will try to bring the single line diagram. Let's suppose, okay, fine. So first take the element grid here. So to take the grid, what you have to do, you have to go over to the element toolbar and I will select the power grid. I will drag here. I will drag it over here and click here. Okay. So the elements are pulled from the element toolbar. First, the element shall be pulled out from the element toolbar. Now, let us add a transmission line. Let's suppose I am adding it. I'm adding a transmission line. This is the transmission line. So this is the transmission line. And then you have the transformer. Then we will need a, okay, let me switch off the data block. Then we need a cable and a simple load. Okay. Now, I have to connect these elements. So to connect these elements, what I need a bus option. I think some questions are there. Does ETAP have a snap to grid feature? It's not. I did not get your question. Means Quado. I did not get you. Snap to grid means what exactly? I'm not able to see the full screen of the ETAP model. I think probably Raghunath, you have to check at your end. I think everyone is able to see my full screen, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then
Hello?
Raghunath, you can
Yes,
check
sir.
at your end. Yes, please. Okay.
Yes, about the snap to grid feature.
Yeah, fine.
It means that when you move an object, it snaps to the square. It aligns nicely with the square,
Okay,
the
okay.
grid.
Okay. So that will not be available, but here you can have to align the elements with some features are available to align the elements, but not like snap to grid feature. I think snap text option in the Excel, right? So that option is probably not available here. So, but yes, we can align the elements in that. Right. So now what we need the buses. So for that, what I have to do, click on the bus and come here. So again, go here, pick up the bus and select it here. Okay. Another way of doing is like this. You can select all the buses, something like this. Okay. Another way of doing is I will delete this element, these buses again. What I will do is I will just double click on the bus. Once it double clicked means that will remain selected. And I will click on and click that over here and I will finally press the escape to just remove the selection. So once I double click any element, that means that element that will remain selected. Okay. And next one is I am purposefully, let's suppose I am disturbing the alignment of this, something like this. Let's suppose it is something purposefully I am disturbing the alignment of the element. That means I have moved some elements on the right side and some elements on the left side, just like this. Okay. Now we have to connect all these elements together. I think you are this single line diagram is visible now. So now what we have to do, we have to connect all these elements together. So for coming to the connections in ETAP, we can connect these elements in 3 ways basically. First is I will go to the element and here I will have a connection point which is at the end of the element. So as you can see here, when you move your cursor to the end of the element, this will turn to pink. That means this point is ready. This point is for the connection. And I will click on the pink over here. pink over here, drag or extend it to the bus until the bus becomes pink. Now the bus one initially it is black. So what I have done, I have selected this and I have bring it this cursor to the near of that bus elements. And once it turns to pink, I will click on the pink over here. So then that element has been connected to the bus. This is one option. The second method is, if you click on the element itself and drag the element, that time only you will get this option. Like suppose, for example, let's suppose this is the transformer here. Okay, I'm bringing the element. Do it once again. So if I am bringing it the transformer here from the element toolbar, so once I click here, so if you see here, immediately that pink is highlighted, so I can connect something like this. So this is the second method. That means when you are dragging the element itself and bringing it, or you can do something like this. Suppose you have a bus here, and if you have a bus here, and if you go to this, this is one method. So if you bring this element near to the bus, it will become pink. It will become pink. You can connect this and you can connect like this. I think it's not get connected. So let's connect this one. Okay. So this is other element. And the third element is you can double click the element and simply select it to the bus to which it can be connected, like the transformer to which bus it need to be connected, that can be selected to here. From the primary bus and the secondary bus, that can be selected here. Okay, right. Now let me connect these elements together. Okay, right. Now, when you draw any single line diagram, suppose delete this element. Yeah, when you draw any single line diagram, you should be the best to make sure that everyone is seems to be aligned in a perfect way. So if you see here, this is not attractive and doesn't look good also. So we have to align these elements. So for that, one option is, first you have to select your single line diagram, then do the right click option here, and here you have the option of alignment. And if you click on this, see, this has been adjusted to a certain extent, not completely, but yes, this has been adjusted to a certain extent. So here, for the alignment, what you have to do? Yeah, you can select from here also, but the best way is go to this, select the complete single line diagram, do the right click and give the alignment option here, and here you can select this option. So that means all the elements will be aligned to certain extent. Okay, everything comes in a single line diagram, but this looks much better than the previous one, right? So in this way, we can do the alignment of the elements in the single line diagram. Right. Now, next one is about the templates. Okay, so let's suppose, delete this one and let me create one single line diagram. There is a transformer and this is connected to a bus. And again, I have a transformer here. And let's say this is 110 kV bus. And let's suppose this is 6.6 kV bus. And in the 6.6 kV bus, let's suppose we have a motor here. And let me extend this bus. We have a motor here and we have a transformer also. And this transformer is connected to a 415 volt bus. Okay, let's suppose this is of 415 volt. It's 0.415 kV. Okay, right. Now, I have I have only a single branch coming from the transformer. Suppose if you want to make another branch, what you have to do? Again, you have to create this complete transformer, bus, load means motor load, again the transformer and this bus. So one of here you have two options. First one option is with the keyboard shortcuts, means you have to highlight the selected branch which you want to replicate. Suppose if I want to replicate this one. So what I have done, I have selected the elements or I have selected the branch which I want to replicate. By using the general keyboard shortcuts, we can make the replication of this as well. So you can very easily replicate this whole branch with your keyboard shortcuts. So in this case, I have selected this transformer, motor, and again transformer and two buses. That means how many elements I have selected? Almost the 5 elements I have selected. Now what I will do, I will use the command Control Shift and drag like this. Again, save. You can do n number of times that you want. Once you build once you have to build the certain sections, you can use the command Control Shift and drag. So automatically the elements will be created and their nomenclature also will be updated automatically. Okay, if you see here, this is the motor 1, T1, T2. Whereas here, this is motor 2, T3, T4. Motor 3, T5, T6. Motor 4, T7, T8. So that means the nomenclature of the element also will be updated automatically. So this is one way of replicating the elements in the single line diagram. Okay, so this is one way of doing the project. It's always asking and doing it for 30 minutes. Okay. Now, this is one way of replicating the elements. And the second option is by creating the template. Okay, which means instead of that, there is one option that is to make a template for the branch which we want to replicate. So that I don't have to make another branch from the start. So I will just select the branch, whatever I want. Okay, and then what I will do the right click. I will go to the option here that is template. Then go to the option that is add to template. Okay, click this over here and we will select the template name. Let's suppose give the template name as ABC. ABC, I'm giving the template name. Put the name as you want. Then I will save it over here. Okay, now the template is successfully generated. Now, what I will do is I will go over the option here to get my template, or there is an option to directly select. Okay, select template, get from. And here, this is the template which we have created, right? ABC. Click on that. I will select the template and click on apply and click on OK. Now, if you see here, the branches in the template will be automatically added. So put it over here. Means I have done the double click, so that's why 2 times it has been added. Let's do it, shift delete, template get from ABC, click apply. Okay. Or then don't do this apply option. I think when you are clicking that apply, it is getting this one. Select this, click on OK. Okay, like this. So now you can connect it to the grid or whatever you want. Wherever you want, you can connect this. Okay. So this is another way of creating or replicating a set of branches as per your requirement. If you observe here, so this is control, let's select the branch, control shift and drag. So this is one method of creating the duplicate, means replica of this branch. And this is another method through the template we are creating this, right? Now, if you see the nomenclature here, you could able to identify whether that element or the branch of the system is created from the template or not. One more thing is, means if you have created the element or the branch from the template, then the nomenclature will be updated as motor 1-1, T2-1, like this. Whereas here, it is given as a different nomenclature, motor 2, T3, T4. So the nomenclature itself is completely different. So by looking this nomenclature itself, we could able to understand whether this replica has been created either from the that keyboard option, or you have created a separate branch or created a template that can be identified easily with the nomenclature of the element itself. Okay. One more important thing which we have to do is, once you means after importing the elements or a system from the template, you have to ungroup the elements first. Okay, otherwise you cannot able to move. So if you see here, it will move as a group. So what you have to do, you have to ungroup this. So how to ungroup? Select that, and here this is the option. Uncheck this option as ungroup, and now you can select it. You can change the elements as per your requirement. Okay. So this is about the template options. So here also that is one. One is get the template, and second is add to OLB template. Next one is the system dumpster. So this is the important thing which I have already touched upon in the last class. Let me show you how it works. So for the first time, let me, if I delete a bus here, so where it will get stored, it will be available in the dumpster. Okay, so that's why whenever you are creating the elements, try to remember, suppose if you are, let's suppose I have made a copy of this. Okay, and if you paste, what will happen? Let's do one thing. Shift delete. Delete. Okay, now here I have the transformers T1 and T2. Okay, now suppose if I want to copy this transformer, Control C, and if I use this option paste, what is the nomenclature of the transformer? That is T4. So T1, T2 is there, T3 is not there. The transformer name has been changed to T4. Why it is so? Because when you have done the copy, automatically one copy will be available in the dumpster. So with that next nomenclature is that is T3. T3 is available in the dumpster. So that's why when you are using this paste option, it will assign with the next available option, that is T4. Okay, so that's why whenever you are copying any element, one important thing to note here is shift delete. Important thing that you note here is whenever you copy an element, Control C, instead of clicking on the paste, you choose this option as move from dumpster. Okay, so that means the element copy what has been created in the dumpster, that we are pasting in our single line diagram. Okay, so this is very, very important thing. Otherwise, you will get the replica in the dumpster itself, and your nomenclature will be updated one by one. Okay. And one more thing is, if suppose if there is any element in the dumpster, you have to go to the dumpster and you have to purge them. Okay, you have to manually delete them. So this is about the dumpster. Next one option is, there is a thing that is called the composite network. So this is the composite network. Suppose the purpose of this composite network is, suppose let's say you have a single line diagram for a 660 megawatt thermal plant. So which consists of n number of, means let's suppose some 15 to 20 switchgears are available in the plant, right? So suppose if you want to replicate, if you want to show all those switchgears in the single line diagram, it looks like clumsy. So for that, what we have to do, we can use the concept of the composite networks. So what you can do with the composite networks? In the composite network, you can create a copy of this. Let's suppose I am creating a composite network. So here, and this composite network, I will connect it to the main system. Yes. So this one, this I will connect it to the composite network. Suppose I will create a bus here, so I can connect a bus to the composite network of this. So this I will show you when we go through a single line diagram, means when we go through the project load flow projects. So that time we will look into this composite network. Okay, so this is about how to create a single line diagram with the different options. Next one is the auto build option, which is very important here. Here I want to show you some important things. So this is the auto build option. So till now we understood how to build a single line diagram manually by drawing all the elements into this window. Now we will try to learn how to create a single line diagram in ETAP using this auto build toolbar option. Okay. So this will this option will save you a lot of time, and it will save you a couple of clicks when you are dragging the components into this one line diagram. Okay, let's suppose what I am doing is I am enabling the auto build here. Select a bus, or not select a bus, select a power grid here. Now I want to connect. Let's suppose the bus is connected to the power grid is connected to the bus. So just click on the bus. And if I want to connect a transformer here, click on the transformer. Again, if you want to see the seat breaker, select a high voltage circuit breaker, connect a CT here, and again that will be connected to a bus. Again, if you want to see, connect a CT and the low voltage circuit breaker and connect to the motor. Okay, so that means when you enable this auto build option, what you have to do, you can just click the elements here. So no need to drag the element into the single line diagram and start connecting. Not required. Okay, so in this way you can create the auto build option. And one more thing which I want to highlight here is, suppose you have a single line, let's suppose you have the grid and you have the bus and you have the transformer. Through the transformer disconnected to the LV bus, and let's suppose in this, suppose I have added some 10 motors, for example, 10 motors. If you want to align these elements, select this one and click the option downstream alignment. See, now the elements have been aligned automatically. Okay, suppose if you want to add a breaker here, so select all the motors, click the high voltage circuit breaker, breaker is selected. If you want to add a CT, add a CT here. Okay, so like this, suppose if you want to add a cable here, select all the motors, and here there is an option called cable. See, cable has been connected. So this is the greatest advantage of having this auto build option. This will save you a lot of time. And here, suppose this is 34.5 kV, right? So if you will not use this auto build option, what you have to do, all the circuit breakers, CTs, cables, motors, everything has been rated for 34.5 kV. Okay. Let's suppose I want to change this bus voltage to 34.5 to, let's suppose it is 6.6 kV. So what I have to do, I have to go to individual element, and here I have to change the voltage of the buses, and I have to change the voltage rating of the motor, everything and all. So, but with the auto build option, we can do it in a one click. So what you have to do, you have to select the bus and go to the drop down. Here you have the different options, rule book editor, voltage here. You have the option to select ANSI and IEC. IEC if I select, so check all. So all the voltage levels have been added, add, okay. And select this 6.6 kV in the drop down. Select the bus, select the 6.6 kV and click this apply select voltage to selected elements. So if you click this, automatically all your elements which are connected to the bus will be updated to 6.6 kV. Otherwise, you have to go manually to each and every element, and sometimes even though you change the voltage level in the motor, but still some error will come, some error may come. Okay, so that's why it is always preferable to use this enable auto build option. And if you want to change the voltage level, so instead of going to each element and change the voltage level, so better option is select the bus to which the elements have been connected and change the voltage level from here, and click this option to apply the voltage change to all the selected elements. So automatically this will be updated. Okay, so this is the very important feature of the auto build option, which is very important, and this will save you a lot of time. Okay, fine. Any doubts? So this is the way how we can create the single line diagram. So probably I will share you one small single line diagram to all of you through the WhatsApp group.
How to add the protection circuits or relays in this one?
Sorry.
How to add relays or the CTPT? CT add whatever the PT is add.
Your voice is not clear. Can you type your message in the chat box? Okay, I will share one single line diagram to all of you. So my point, my request is all of you try to build the single line diagram in the ETAP and give the parameterization to the extent possible. Okay, so this is here I am stopping, means how to create the single line diagram. I think I have explained about the creation of the single line diagram. So in the next class, we will start directly with the load flow module. Okay, there we will see some options like configurations or all, that time we will see. So next class onwards, we will start with the load flow module. Okay.
Some doubt.
Yes.
I
Any
have some
doubts? Yeah,
doubt.
tell me please.
Whether in the auto mode this relay addition of relays are possible?
Yes, it is possible. Let me show you.
Okay.
Yes, in this everything is possible. Let's suppose I'm creating this one, and let's suppose I'm connecting a bus, and here where is the breaker, HV breaker, and here this is the this element, like, and you can click on the relay itself. This is connected to the relay, right? And after this, let's suppose if I want to connect to the transformer, so click this transformer, connect to the bus. Again, if you say the CT here, select the relay and click on the breaker. Sorry, that is the contactor actually. Breaker you can select. So then breaker, and you can select the motor, something like this can do it.
Okay. And also this differential connection also can be done.
No, differential
Normally
you have to
that.
do it manually. Differential you have to do it
Yes.
manually.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Any doubts?
Yes, sir. How to do alignment for text, sir, in order to avoid the overlap of the results?
Or that you have to do it manually, or in the rule book you have. Okay, let me show you that also. Yeah, this one you are telling, right?
Yes,
This
sir.
one. Yeah, this you have to do it manually, because here if you see here there is a rule book. In this, the alignment spacing from here you have to change. But my suggestion is, instead of doing that, what you will do is you change it manually as per your requirement, because if you change the default settings here, so everything will get disturbed. So that's why I personally request you to change this things manually as per your requirement, and wherever you want to put, you can put it.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. Anything else?
Sir, hello.
Yes.
Sir, I had chosen load flow analysis by mistake. How to escape from it?
If you go to the load flow analysis itself, just click on that edit here. If you click on the edit, you can come back.
Okay, got it. And I'm not getting your message log at the
Message log,
bottom.
if you want
Have
to
you-
get it, go to the view option here and you check this option, message log.
Wait a minute.
Go to the view option and ensure that your message log option is checked.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
And what if I have chosen the system dumpster? Then how to get out of it? Yes, got it. I can close it.
Yeah. You can click on the one line diagram, you will get it.
Okay.
If you are in the
Thank
relay
you.
window also, you just click on that. So you will come back to this from the system manager itself. In the previous class, I have explained, right? If you are in the relay window, if you come back to the single line diagram, click on this. So you'll come back to the one line diagram.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Anything else? So I will try to share one SLD in the WhatsApp group. So please try to create that single line diagram with both manual connections as well as the auto build option, just to have a hands-on, and try to give the parameter. So also, of course, I will explain the modeling of the elements, the modeling of the generator, transformer, grid, and load in this load flow sessions. But yes, before that, if there is any possibility to explore that, so that can be explored.
There is some query in the chat box, Venkat. Like, someone asking how to connect the PT. I think if you see the chat box.
How to add PT and relay? So it's the same here. let me share this one. Yeah. See, suppose if you want to connect a PDF, just click on this. Let me do it. So this is the element that has been connected. Suppose if you want to connect a PT here, so just select this and click on this PT. And here, if you want to connect any relay, connect an voltage relay. Okay, in this way, just like the way that you have connected the CT, so you can connect the PT as well. Yeah, I think there are no further queries in the chat. Yes, I hope everyone has understood how to create the signal and diagrams. So if it is clear, I will end the session today and I will share that signal and diagram in the WhatsApp group. Okay, so in the next class, we will start with the load flow. Okay.
Okay. And one more suggestion for all of our participants.
Yeah.
Can we make our WhatsApp group more active? Because maybe in between the work you have doubts, you can share that, and someone who's know will reply for that. Like that, we have to make our WhatsApp group more active. Is it possible? Just check.
That can be come from the participants only.
Yeah. I'm asking for the participants. Will be a
Yes.
good.
Yes.
Right. I think I will share that signal and diagram in the WhatsApp group. So probably if you people have any queries, any doubts, post it in the WhatsApp group so that everyone will get acquainted with that. Means any clarifications or not, everyone will get to know that.
Thank you. Thank you, Pankaj.
Yes. Okay. Right. I am ending the session for today. And next class we will start with the load flow. Okay. Next class that will be informed by Mr. Raghav. Okay, I will inform him so that he will be communicated among them. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.